Hi everyone, welcome back to Faith and Flour. This is Robin. I am still making my way through the boxes from our move. I have hit a little bit of a snag in the kitchen just because we do not have all of our storage solutions in place just yet. But I was determined to get everything unpacked and put away and organized to the point where I can really use our kitchen. So I had to get a little bit creative, and I'm going to share what I've been doing in today's video. I also have a couple of other little mini projects. I've talked to you guys before about when you have small increments of your day free, that you can use that time to take on a small project to make it a little bit better. So I'll show you a couple of areas, both in the kitchen and in our laundry room, where I did that this week as well. I hope you're having an amazing week, and I hope that you're ready for some homemaking inspiration in today's video. If you enjoy the video today, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe. We'd love to have you join us here at Faith and Flour. Before we moved, we tried to eat through as much of our extended pantry as we could, but there were still quite a few items left, and so I unpacked those from the boxes, and I'm going to transfer them to another location in our home and get them a little bit organized. Anyone who has moved and also done renovations in their home can tell you that everything takes more time than you hope. And now with the supply chain issues, the furniture that we've ordered is taking a very long time to get here. And we did receive our dining room chairs, but not the stools that are intended for our peninsula here. But we're making the situation work, and we've had a few laughs because when we sit there, we feel a little bit like little kids sitting at the adult table. And as far as our pantry solutions, we do have a storage closet, and it's really intended for clothing, and especially out of season clothing for us, and we can still use it for that purpose, but we can also set aside a little bit of that space to make room for some extended food storage. And for now, pretty much all of our dry goods are going to go in there because the pantry that we're building into our kitchen isn't ready, and it won't be for a little while. But I can still make this work, and I thought that you guys might enjoy seeing this because I know that not everybody has a good pantry space in their kitchen. Ours is going to be much smaller than in our previous home, and you can get creative with your storage solutions. So this is just a little area in this closet where I'm setting up this can organizer, and I had this in our pantry before and I really liked how it worked. So with the items that we still have on stock, I am going to get them all organized so that I can see what we have and we can use what we have. We like to keep a 1 to 3 month food supply for our family on hand, and the reason why we do that I've explained in a couple of videos that I will have linked in the cards above and also in the description box below. I intend to build that back up here in our new home once I have figured out some strategies for how to keep it stored and organized. For right now, I'm limited to this space, and that will dictate how much I can keep on hand. But I do have plans to add some more shelves to this closet. There's definitely space for it, and that will give us a little bit more room to get back to that 1 to 3 month food supply. That project will have to sit on the back burner for a little while we get some of the other projects that are already underway complete. But when I'm ready to do it, I'll definitely take you guys along. Most people think of keeping extra food in your home for emergencies, and that's definitely a great reason to do it. We used to live in an area where there are hurricanes. Now where we live, we have tornadoes once in a while. So there could be a reason why it wouldn't be easy to get to the store, or there could be food shortages. But the main reason why I've traditionally done this in our home is to save money. And the way that I do that is that when I'm grocery shopping and an item that we use regularly is on sale, I can buy several of them. Then when I'm ready to use that item, I can shop our pantry, and I don't have to run out to the grocery store and pay full price for it. I like to decant and store a lot of our dry goods in glass jars, and I have a variety of different ones. I like the way they look, but they're also very functional, and I can see what I have at a glance so that I know when I need to stock up, and I also can see quickly that I don't need to buy more when I go to the store. hired our moving company to help us pack, and it was a great decision. It would have taken Patrick and I a long time to pack up all of the boxes, so it was worth it to get some help in that area. And now that I'm unpacking everything, I can see that they were very careful with all of the items that they packed. A lot of them were sort of mixed together in different boxes, so it was important for me to go through each and every one of them to make sure that, no food is going to be stored for a long period of time inside of a box. And there was a ton of paper. But we have friends that are getting ready to move as well, so I was able to pass off all of our boxes and the paper and everything to them, and I'm super happy that they're going to be able to reuse it. These Tupperware modular mates are pieces that I've had for a long time, and they are excellent for dry food storage. Most households will have some sort of pest issue at some time, whether it be weevils or ants or even mice, and having some really good airtight storage for your food can save a ton of money and a lot of heartache. My strategy was to get all of the items that we used most frequently on these shelves so that they're front and center, and then I grouped like things together in these baskets to just line up along the wall in the same closet. I'm also going to use this closet space for storing some of the kitchen items that we only use occasionally. We don't have a basement, so this area is going to sort of serve that purpose. We were able to use up quite a lot of our food storage before we left, but as you can see, we had to bring a lot of it with us. But there were also quite a few empty containers that were packed up, and I wanted to wash those things thoroughly and let them dry so that they will be ready when we are ready to build up our food stores once again. While our kitchen was out of commission, we used our laundry room sink to wash all of the dishes, and it is such a pleasure to have a kitchen sink once again. And I especially love that this one has a window that I can look out of, and this one is set up higher, which is a lot more comfortable than the one in the laundry room. Fortunately, I do have plenty of space in the kitchen for all of the spices that I like to use. I cook frequently, and I think spices are key to making really great food, and so I wanted to be sure that I had plenty of room for that in this kitchen. And the setup is very similar to our previous kitchen. In fact, I even took a picture of it before I left and before everything was packed up so that I would remember how I had things organized there. And for the most part, I use the same strategy here in this home. For my most frequently used spices, I like to keep them in the drawer. I find this such a great system. I can read the top of the label and grab what I need. I like using these little mason jars, and I have these in my Amazon store. If you guys are looking for some, they're 4-ounce mason jars, and you can also buy the plastic caps separately. I find that they keep everything very fresh, and the spices are all upright, so nothing spills in the drawer. And I really like to alphabetize them. I think it makes it so much easier to find what I'm looking for. So when we moved in, I kind of threw them all in the drawer, and I went back on this day and quickly put them in alphabetical order. I know that storing my spices this way is going to work so well, but I knew there was just one more thing I could do to make it a bit better. Originally, I used dissolvable labels, which are great if you need to temporarily store something, but for long-term storage, I needed some labels that were a little bit more durable, and I found these on Amazon. They are round, so they're gonna work great on the tops of these jars, and they are waterproof, so I can even, lightly wash the tops of these, and they should be able to withstand that. So I'm just going to quickly remove the old labels, and because they're dissolvable, I could easily do that with a damp microfiber cloth. If I wanted to take a little more time, I could take them off and wash them, but this did the trick, and once they were dry, I was able to put the new label on. If you are looking for some, I will put them in my Amazon store. They'll be in the kitchen section along with the jars that I use. This same company makes all sorts of kitchen labels, so if you are looking for some, you might want to check them out. This week we received our new washer and dryer, and I am so excited to have these. The ones that we had were left by the previous owners, and we in turn left our old washer and dryer at our previous house, so they needed to be replaced, and this gave me an opportunity to tidy up the laundry room a little bit. This is going to be a future renovation, but for the time being, this space is very functional. And I had added quite a few of our cleaning supplies and things like that in the cabinets since I last showed it to you. We moved everything over, so these are all of the things that I like to keep on hand for cleaning. In the other cabinet, I keep all of our laundry supplies, and then I need to keep space for our internet equipment up here too. I know that's a little strange, but it works for us. On the upper shelves, I was just kind of tossing in all of the different cloths that I use for cleaning. I think that I can organize it a little bit better to make everything a little more accessible and also to create a little more space. As you can see, it's a little bit of a reach to get to that top shelf. So I thought that if I organized all of the cloths in these baskets, that I could pull the basket down and find what I'm looking for. But first I wanted to make sure that it was gonna work in the space and it just fits. I used these baskets in our previous home. I found them at Target, and I don't need them for the same purpose anymore, so I can repurpose them in here. In one basket, I was able to fit all of the microfiber cloths that I use for cleaning, and in the other one, I have my mop pads and then the cotton cloths that I like to use. Some of them are from IKEA. They're just cotton dish towels, but they're great for cleaning, and the rest are actually cotton diapers that were left over from when my boys were little. They make the best cloths for cleaning. They are very absorbent and very durable. I like to keep some OxyClean in this jar. I just find it a little bit easier to get it out of here than out of the plastic container, but I keep extra on the top shelf. For laundry detergent, I'm currently trying out these laundry sheets from the Grove Collaborative. They sound great. I've only just started using them, so I can't fully recommend them yet, but they take up very little space. They completely dissolve in the wash, so there's no waste at all. I really like the concept, so I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to give a thumbs up to those. I will let you know. So on the top shelf, I keep some extras, so I don't have to get to those very often. And then I have this basket that I can easily pull down with all of the mesh bags that I use for my delicates. Then on the lower, more accessible shelf, I have plenty of space for the laundry items that I use on a daily basis. I hope that today's video gave you a little bit of inspiration to choose a small area in your home to make just a little bit better. If you have an extra 5, 10, or 15 minutes, I know you can do it. Let me know down in the comments what you're working on. Thank you for spending your time with me here today. If you watched until the end, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and leaving a comment below. You know I love hearing from you. I'll see you next Sunday, and until then, have a wonderful week.